In fact, we did it, I think, the very next game from the one what you last saw. Oh no, I'm wrong. God, played a few more, haven't I, since we last recorded than usual. So we did Middlesbrough and Norwich, which ridiculous amount of goals. Followed that up with the local derby against Nottingham Forest, which I was dreading, as I always do, local derbies. But we scored in minute 6 and minute 7, and that was that. 2-1. Fulham was... we won more against the run of play than anything else. 2-0. One of those goals was an own goal. You see how well our defence had to work in that game. They did do really well, because it was mostly Fulham all the way. They were a much quicker team than us, but they just weren't so sharp in and around the box. Lots of crosses in, lots of headers away. But we made it through that one, which meant that Wigan was the game where we would all be confirmed promotion, but that's the game where we were confirmed champions, despite the fact that we lost. Other results went our way, and it was a funny game. We were that's right. We were 1-0 up, then 1-1. And then we were 2-1 up, and then they got 3 goals all in the last quarter of an hour. So, by that point, I figured the championship was ours, and barring an absolute kind of miracle and horrible car crash of results. And it was indeed confirmed, despite the loss, which we then celebrated by losing a second game in a row. Hooray! First time I think we've lost back-to-back games in the lead. I do find this often happens, actually. If you win at promotion early, your players can switch off a bit. And that's kind of what happened here, really. We went 1-0 down straight away, replied back almost immediately, but then it was all them until right towards the end, where we kind of nicked a goal against the run of play. Didn't matter too much. 2 more wins followed. Villa, who have been relegated again, if I remember right. And then Hull, we helped out with an own goal. I've been mucking around with the team a bit more, playing some more of our second string, keeping people fresh. 3-3 against Charlton, whatever. Mavididi getting on the score sheet twice more there. Him and Goss have been doing quite well at the end of towards the end of this season. And we're going to polish off today just with Brentford before we have a look around at everything else. Other thing to say, we played Middlesbrough last, and when we won, their manager was sacked immediately after that, Steve McLaren, so we cost him his job. So let's play it out. You'll notice our team in this one, I have got none of our loan signings in either the squad or the bench, because they're all going to be going back to the teams what we done borrowed them from. We cannot guarantee getting any of them back. The only loanee I'm still playing is Dembele, because we literally have no right midfielders at all that aren't on loan. So I've kind of had to keep him in at least. Otherwise, everyone else is a player that we own. Same on the bench as well. All players that we own. Just so you can see how kind of threadbare our squad is, really. Ooh, clear it. Well done. So we're okay. We've got plenty of defenders. Some middling, some better. Outside of defence, we've got very little going on. So it's Martinez and Mavididi both up front, our strikers that we own. Cullen's on the bench, but he's not going to be with us. Next season, we're moving him on, or dropping him down into the reserves. There's Mavididi, up to Müller, pow. Müller we will have with us. Stat-wise, he's every bit as good as Kent is, so I'm very happy with him. He's the player that we picked up from Watford in the winter transfer window. That's his 4th goal since then, which is pretty good, because he's not had many starts at all. There he is. Very nice indeed. He'll do alright in the league above. On now. Central defence, we're probably okay. We've got 3 good ones. Porteous, Sid Nelson, 1-0, and O'Connell, quite happy there. McGee, alright in goal. Kenlock, left back, fine. Abita is the cover on that whole left wing there. Fine. On the right, it's Jordan Spence and Ivan Hernandez. So, fine. So, at the back, we're okay. It's going forwards beyond that. Our centre midfield is... Goss is alright. outside of that, it's a little bit toothless. And Goss himself is a wee bit slow. So we'll see how that shapes up. We'll have a proper look at the squad once this game has played out. Both teams with essentially nothing to play for at this point. Dembele playing really deep there. Spence with the ball to absolutely nowhere. There's Nelson. I've already given Nelson a new contract for next season. A few players have asked for him. A lot of optimistic second stringers. I've not given him anything. I think Nelson got one. Martinez got one. Oh, cross it left, fella. Thank you. Ooh, bit wide. Second goal for Mueller. Oh, he's going to be good. So Nelson, Martinez, and there was one other, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Kenlock. Might have been Kenlock. Skip. 2-1. All going fine. Everyone's relatively fit. Is that 2 assists from Abididi? Yes, it is. Excellent. Oh, he's worth 2.7 million now. Martez worth 4.2. We've got our initial transfer budgets for next season agreed, which is... Get a yawn, excuse me. Pop. Well done, Dembele. Nice way to sign off, man. A fine something of the club player. Despite the fact he's on loan. He's done very well by us. Yeah, so 28 million to spend next season, which is nice. That's a decent amount to get us going. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot in the Premier League, but yeah, we can do a lot. We can do a lot with that. We'll have a good nose around players that are being relegated out of the Premier League, because they'll all be itching to go. So we'll see what we can kind of poach there. Cheap foreigners, not so much of an easy option, given the Brexit rules for Football Manager, work permits and all that. We'll also have a nose around, Championship players, all good enough to make the step up, and there's quite a lot of those. It is a strong division. If you look around some of the teams that aren't going up, Fulham, for example, they'll certainly have good enough players in there. Whoever doesn't get promoted out of Southampton, Swansea, Huddersfield, Brentford. Oh, Brentford do have something to play for in this game. Ooh. Sorry, guys, yeah. Sheffield Wednesday can probably pip them by the looks of it. I don't see their results, though. Oh, they're losing by the looks of it. Sorry. Certainly with Villa are getting relegated for the Championship, I'm definitely going to nose at their squad and see if there's anyone worth scouting out. Otherwise, big turnover in staff. So I've been going through all our coaches and all the positions that they coach in. So, attacking, technical, defending, etc, etc. Goalkeeping coaches, fitness coaches. I'm spending some time going through those, turfing out the deadwood. Luckily, a lot of contracts were coming up, so I've simply just not had to renew them. They can be terminated for very little payout. So I'm having a bit of a refresh there. So most of our training is 4 out of 5 stars in almost every position, which is great. Ooh, good save. That's even at under 23 and under 18 levels. Our facilities aren't great there yet, but you remember roughly this summer, I think it is, they're being upgraded. Both, there's 2 things, isn't it? Is it training and youth training both being upgraded? And now we're in the Premier League. I'm just going to, every time they're upgraded, I'm going to pester the board again to upgrade them again. So we can start doing more with that. Now that we're going to be, hopefully, able to establish ourselves in the Premier League. Oh, go on, Dembele, have a run. Oh no, through to Mavadidi. Nice. Well done, that man. Scouts, we let the rubbish ones go, got some new ones in. We're able to hire something like 4 more scouts as well, which is very, very useful. Because particularly if you start scouting out youth and lots of players from other teams, all the scouting assignments can stack up and it could take them a while to work through. You've got a small number of scouting staff, so that's good. Open up the scouting budget as well. I'm still not scouting the entire world yet, but I am Europe. Playing it out. 4-1. Sorry, Brentford. Did they make it into their playoffs? Oh, I didn't quite see. Oh, evens. Again, it's just about taking your chances, isn't it? Appreciate your efforts. There we go. Did they... No, we just cost them a place in the playoffs. Sorry, Brentford. Look at that. Aston Villa, Hull and Derby going down. But I'm going to have a quick squint now at that. So, Aston Villa. God, blimey. Look at that. That's some players with 8 million and 10 million dropping down. Oh, no, into the league below. Yeah. Hull. Not as expensive. And Derby similar. Scott Carson, decent goalkeeper. I wonder. Right, I'm having a good nose through those three at the moment. So let's see the League of Premiers. Who's going down? It's not quite decided yet. But looking at the points, Leeds are confirmed. Sorry, Leeds. Stoke, probably. They're 6 points adrift. They do have one game in hand. And, oh no, Wolves. I'm surprised at that one. We've usually got an awful lot of funds coming in. Wow. Very, very surprised to see Wolves dropping out, especially as they've got, a lot of their kind of core players still there at the club. And that, I suppose, might be getting on a bit in years, but wow. I am genuinely surprised at Wolves going out. Often in these days, I see them really kicking on and doing extremely well indeed. Right, look at our squad then. So, a lot of these players, they're gone. All our loanees disappearing. So you can see it really does leave us very thin. McGee, I will only replace it if I've got better options. I'm not going to go hunting, but if I see one, I'll take it. So at the back, where I keep calling it Hernandez, don't I? It's Rodriguez. Oh, he's only 2.5 stars. I thought he was a bit better than that. Unusual at 25 to still have a whole star of potential left unfulfilled. Maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. But you look in the midfield, we are fairly bare indeed. There's Goss, who we've been playing, and look, he is a little bit slow. He's okay, but he's not any better than that. Reece Brown, similarly, it's all around that kind of 3-star level, and that's 3-star in the league we're in. Once we go up, we're going to be really struggling. So, Blair, Goss, Brown, they're okay, but, it'd be nice to upgrade them. It really would. Left, we have, where is it? Yeah, Mueller. Great, very happy there. And then we've got sort of a beta as a general cover up and down the left. But he is only cover. Look, 2.5 stars again. Threadbare. No one on the right at all whatsoever. So we've definitely got to spend there. I'll try and get as good as we possibly can. Happy enough up front with Martinez. He's all right. Again, not super quick, but he's got, generally, other than that, the right stats in the right places. He's fine. Mavididi, I like the guy. What can I say? The two of those, great. I can get a third one to rotate into. So I've got, if I'm playing, I can't guarantee I'll be the same formation next season, but if I am, then ideally I do need 3, if not sort of 4 striking options. Other than strengthening literally everywhere, who genuinely are our best players? Let's have a look. On loan. So yes, it's got Martinez and Mavididi as our best 2. Sid Nelson in the centre of defence as our next best. And then Miles Kenlock. We've only got 1, 2, God, hang on, current ability, do it that way. 1, 2, 3 players at 4 stars. That's all we've got. Because O'Connell, yes, I've been playing him in the second string-ish this season, but I think next season him and Porteous are probably going to swap over. I just think O'Connell's a bit more even, and he's more comfortable on the ball, which is going to be important. Gosh, that's a lot of work, isn't it? I mean, this season, what do we have? We've had 1, 2, 3 players who've scored in double figures. Kiprit, Mavididi and Martinez. I think Martinez and Mavididi there was an announcement, some sort of record for goals per minutes played. They might have faded off towards the end because I've started starting him more, but when he was coming off the bench, his strike rate in terms of goals per minute was extraordinary. All those assists that have come from loan players, 13 from Kent, 13 from Dembele, they're not going to be there next season. Kiprit chipped in with 6 as well. That's your target man laying it off, essentially. Similarly with Mavididi. So we definitely need more people to supply more next season. Goss had 7, which, considering he's been our main playmaker and he's had 38 starts, not amazing. But, you know, he isn't amazing. He's just solid. Oof, our wage bill is fairly reasonable, and oh yeah, here's something I want to show you. So one good thing I always try and do is can't play a search. There we go. These are all the players whose contracts are running out. Loads of great internationals, just on the wrong side of 30, but great for a season or two still, especially for a club like us. Loads of them, really, really, really good. But if we look at those who are interested in coming to us, wow, they all go away. So yeah, lots of wheeling and dealing to do. Lots of wheeling and dealing. So in between episodes, this one to the next one, it'll only be, you know, a day or so for you, or depending if it's a weekend between. But for me, it's going to be quite a while now before the next one I record. As going through this summer is going to take a while. So be it, though. Oh, poor Brentford. There we go. Still sending an assistant. So that's been that. A successful season in the Championship. 99 points. I'm annoyed now. Didn't get 100. That's not bad. We got the highest number of goals scored. In terms of goals conceded, the 4th best. Does that mean the 4th lowest? Or the 4th highest? Full table. No. Hang on. Ah. Oh. Not quite sure how to get to the full table without mucking around with it. Just to see goals for and against, because I can see goal difference, which is 41. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Got scored. Discipline was all right. Very good for red cards. Lovely attendance, and that will serve us well. We're almost certainly going to fill out the stadium next season. As our best pass completion, Loki. Most assists, Loki. Highest average rating, Loki. Most player of the match awards, Loki. Ooh, yeah. Right. Transfers. Gonna get my red nap on. Right. Thanks so much, folks. It's been a journey, but that's not bad. 3 seasons, not bad. It's great. 3 seasons, 3 promotions. But next season, really, the work begins. So, wish us luck. Next season, we just need to stay up. Fun. Right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.